What was I want in Turkish?
İstiyorum.
İstiyorum. And you want?
İstiyorsun.
İstiyorsun. And he wants, she wants, it wants.
İstiyor.
İstiyor. To want, I mentioned briefly, is istemek. Istemek. It's a mek verb. So we can look at istemek and we can see what we did to get istiyorum from istemek, and then we can do it with other verbs as well. So the first thing that we do to istemek, to want, is we get rid of the mek. This mek or mak that makes it to want, that makes it like the dictionary form, and if you look up a verb in the dictionary, you will find the version ending mek or mak. First thing we do is we get rid of this, and what are we left with if we take mek off of istemek?
İste.
Iste, good. Then we add on ior, but we already saw, like with diet, no, diet, that Turkish doesn't like to have two vowels next to each other. Rather than putting a y in here to separate them, the I of ior, it crushes the e of iste.
Mhm.
And there we get istior, which by itself means what?
He, she, it
Exactly.
wants.
Exactly. And then we add on our endings if we want to refer to other people. So I want,
İstiyorum.
and you want.
İstiyorsun.
Good. Let's run through that again. So we have istemek. We take off the mek and we get
İste.
iste. We add on ior and we get
İstiyor.
istior. Good. The I crushes that e. The e sound, the I of ior, is also harmonizing with the previous vowel. So we have ior and not uyor, for example, because of the I in ist, istior. So let's do this with bilmek then, to know. Bilmek is to know. If we want it not to be to know anymore, we break off the mek. What are we left with?
Bil.
Bil. What do we add on?
İyor.
Good. How would that sound?
Biliyor.
Biliyor. What does that mean all by itself?
He, she, it knows.
Exactly. Very good. And now if you want to make I know,
Biliyorum.
good. Biliyorum. You know?
Biliyorsun.
Biliyorsun. Good. What was to go? Do you remember?
Gitmek.
Gitmek. What happens when we break off the mek?
Git.
Git. Good. Now we need to add ior. Something odd happens though. The vowel softens the T. It softens the T and the T becomes a D. If you think about it, a D is just a soft T, really. They're very close sounds, no? T, D.
Yeah.
And D is just like a soft version of T. So that vowel softens the T. So when we add on ior, we get gidior instead of gitior. It's very, very similar, but you can see actually it's just again making it easier to roll off the tongue. Gidiyor.
Gidiyor.
That means he's going, she's going, it's going. How would you say I'm going?
Gidiyorum.
Good. I'm going now.
Şimdi gidiyorum.
Şimdi gidiyorum. You're going now.
Şimdi gidiyorsun.
Şimdi gidiyorsun. It's only a few irregular verbs doing this in Turkish, turning this T to a D to make it roll off the tongue easier. Not something that would carry through Turkish. For example, you have gitmek, to go. Here you have your T changing. But itmek, which means to push, itmek. The T won't soften here. It's not a rule what happens with gitmek. It's an exception. So how would you say I'm pushing it?
İtiyorum.
Itiyorum. So there it's not happening. The word for what? What was the word for what?
Ne.
Ne. Good. The word for why is neden. Neden.
Neden?
Good. So how would you say why are you going?
Neden gidiyorsun?
Very good. Neden gidiyorsun? Why are you going now?
Şimdi neden gidiyorsun?
Şimdi neden gidiyorsun? Or you could have neden şimdi gidiyorsun? You could have had either. Now, in Turkish, generally speaking, what you put closer to the verb, you are emphasizing. So if you wanted to emphasize that now, Why are you going now as opposed to tomorrow or later? Neden şimdi gidiyorsun? If you want to stress the why is it that you're going now? Şimdi neden gidiyorsun? So that's a nice trick in Turkish. You can choose what you emphasize just by putting it next to the verb. How would you say, why is she going tonight?
Neden bu akşam gidiyor?
Neden bu akşam gidiyor? So this is, why is she going tonight? Why is it tonight that she's going? Or why is it that she's going tonight? Bu akşam neden gidiyor? And we emphasize the neden having it next to the verb. So languages are a mechanism, a tool, a structure that allows us, that also obliges us to perceive and express the world in a certain way. And this is a wonderful example. Turkish is forcing you to think about, what exactly are you asking? Are you asking, why is it that she's going tonight? Or are you asking, why is she going tonight and not tomorrow? Turkish requires you to think about that before you construct your sentence.